Ryan Poles has spoken unprompted about the Bears liking their depth on the defensive line in training camp, saying they feel comfortable with the guys they have on the roster. Brad Biggs wrote the translation for this as the Bears like their guys enough, they're not going to pay the asking price for the free agents that are available. The price would probably have to come down to bring somebody in like Yannick Ngakoue. So shot or no shot, the Bears will not add a free agent edge rusher.
I think that's a shot. What are you doing over there? What are you doing?
I'm just pouring some water. Go ahead. No one's bothering you. Waiting for you.
There is a shot because they do like what they have. I don't think they were blown away by Yannick Ngakoue and thought, oh, God, we have to have him back if he fell to them at a particularly good price. I hope everyone that's on their way to work can laugh as much as we laugh.
What do you mean?
We just have a good time here, man.
Thirsty.
So I think there's absolutely a shot. Could I see them upgrading in another area? Is this Stephon Gilmore still out there? He's there. Connor Williams is still out there at center. We'll see.
Let's go back, Shane, to what Mark Potash said yesterday. Mark Potash yesterday, when we asked him about Yannick Ngakoue, he says he was not necessarily overwhelmed or was wowed by Ngakoue. And we've heard from Courtney Cronin in this regard as well, talking about how the Bears kind of like what they have. If Ngakoue is here, that'll be a luxury to the team. But at some point, Shay, you have to take a look at what you have as a roster, and you got to develop it. It may not be at the same level as Ngakoue when he was like at his peak, but I think that at some point you have to look at your roster and say, well, besides Sweat, others have to be able to get to the quarterback. I mean, Potash said it himself. He goes, it's not a necessity for him to be with the ball club this year. So I would say that what you have, Cap, you have to move forward with. And if you feel like you need an upgrade, that's why you get the trade deadline. If you feel like that there's someone that's on a bad team that flourishes and looking for a fresh start, play for the Bears. This is why it's a long season. What you have now is not what you might have in October, November, December. So I mean, Sweat was picked up what, early?
At the trade deadline.
Sure. So at this point in time, I say go with what you have. If Ngakoue is someone that you don't need, then move forward. Shane Orley.
All right, Sports Illustrated provided projections for the first-round rookie quarterbacks, and unsurprisingly, Caleb Williams had the strongest projected stats for all rookies. They had him at a 65% completion percentage, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 3,700 passing yards. Shot or no shot, this would be a massively successful rookie season.
Give me the numbers again.
26 TDs,
26.
12 picks, 3,700 yards.
No, that wouldn't be massively successful. That'd be okay.
For a Bears quarterback, it would be.
Massively successful for a generational prospect?
It'd be probably the second best passing season in the organization's history.
Okay. Again, our organization's history sucks.
Yeah, that's why that would be unbelievable.
No.
That would be fireworks in the sky.
Disagree.
Compared to everything else. Hey, man,
I'll be disappointed if that's his numbers.
You can't get everything that you want in year one. See, guys like you will be going after him after year one if he doesn't get the numbers that you want. 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions for year one. And this offense, that's Luckman-like.
No, to completely disagree with you.
It is.
Hold on a minute.
I mean, compared to all the other quarterbacks that the Bears have had through here, you have to start someplace.
You got Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, DJ Moore.
Huh?
I said Jay Moore, but DJ Moore at wide receiver. You got Komet Everett, Mercedes Lewis, DeAndre Swift. You've upgraded spots on the offensive line. I mean, no. If that's his numbers, I'll be very disappointed.
He'll be asking for a trade.
I just wanted, that is crazy level of expectation to me, because what I just delivered is a surefire runaway rookie of the year season.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, who else is going to do that?
I mean, what were the numbers for C.J. Stroud last year? Dwarfed those. Dwarfed him.
Did not really. In yardage, certainly, but
Yardage, he was well over 4,000.
23 touchdowns, 5 picks, 4,100 yards. Did not really dwarf the numbers I just offered.
He actually did. 7 less interceptions and 500 more yards.
3 fewer touchdowns.
Okay. I'll take CJ Stroud level numbers.
Would you prefer CJ Stroud right now over Caleb Williams?
No.
How fair is it to expect that? Some people have called that the best rookie season by a quarterback, maybe in NFL history. I don't know if I agree. I think Justin Herbert's 31-10 was probably the best I've seen in my lifetime. But how fair is it to expect CJ Stroud numbers against the numbers I just offered, where I believe Caleb Williams would win Rookie of the Year with 26 touchdowns, 12 picks, and 3,700 yards?
Let me just say, as a baseline, those are not bad numbers. And if you are a longtime Bears fan, you would not turn a blind eye to those numbers. Now, again, as a baseline cap, 3,700 yards would be great. If he could exceed that, that'd be awesome. But here's the thing. He is a rookie in the NFL. Yes, he's the number 1 pick. But again, there's a very few and far in between the examples of a quarterback being able to play at that kind of high level. Very few and far in between. We talked about Andrew Luck. Let's take a look at Andrew Luck's numbers in his first year, Cap. Go ahead. His first year. Let's take a look at Justin Herbert. Very few we talk about that could be able to exceed those expectations. Now, I would agree with you that, yes, the team seems ready-made based on the depth chart. They did a lot to be able to install offensive weaponry for Caleb Williams. But he's got to get the job done. Waldron's got to get the job done. And they all have to acclimate and work together for this to happen. That's all I'm saying.
And you asked for Andrew Luck's numbers for everybody out there?
Yeah.
He started all 16 games. He went 11-5. He completed 54% of his passes for 4,374 yards, 23-18 TD to interception rate.
Pretty good for the first year.
A lot of interceptions.
So what I'm offering from Caleb would be a better season than that.
And the other example is Justin Herbert. We've gone through this summer talking about very few where a rookie comes in and is able to make a splash. And CJ Stroud's one of them now. We can add him to the list. What I'm saying is that it's about incremental success. You're not going to get your big slice of the pie in year 1. You can get it moving forward, but in year 1, he's got to get the kinks out. That's all.
Do you see, what do you think Mahomes' stats were as a rookie?
Well, he played 1 game.
I'm talking about his first year as a starter.
Okay, so that's not a rookie year, though.
Okay, his first year as a starter, he completed 63% of his passes. Correct. 66% of his passes completed for 5,097 yards, 50-12.
That's expected for a generational talent.
Yeah, and I'm not telling you I expect Caleb to throw for 7,000 yards. He should be 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and a dozen interceptions. I'd be happier.
Your lips to God's ears. But if those numbers, Shay, equate to a playoff berth, cheers. Here's Shay Dorling.
All right. Unsportsmanlike Michelle Smallman this morning offered her 5 biggest pretenders in the NFL this season. Usual suspects on the list. Steelers were there. Cowboys were there. Browns were there. Surprisingly, the Chicago Bears checked in at number 3 on her list. Here's Michelle Smallman.
There's a lot of hype surrounding this team for the first time in a long time. Unfortunately, I think people need to lower their expectations when it comes to the Chicago Bears. They had a masterful offseason. They really put Caleb Williams, their number 1 overall pick, and the person that unfortunately has been given the assignment of savior for the Chicago Bears. They put him in a great position. But despite that defense, despite all the weapons that they put around Caleb Williams, despite the incredible promise that he has as quarterback, I think it's going to take a while for them to really gel and figure it out.
Putting them in pretender is interesting, but I guess when you have Rich Eisen and Mark Sanchez this week saying they'll go to the NFC title game, we have to qualify it somehow. But shot or no shot, the Bears do not belong on the pretenders list.
That is a no shot. They do not belong on the pretenders list. I would not say pretenders.
Completely agree. I'm not telling you they're winning the Super Bowl, although I have a ticket. They are absolutely more than a pretender. And I'm very disappointed in Michelle, so she has a 30-day ban from the show.
30-day ban. All right.
You banned Jimmy Joe Pesci. I banned Michelle Smallman.
Difference is he sucks.
Wow.
So Shay, if we were going to build that list of pretenders, if the Bears are not on it, who would be on that list?
Steelers.
Cowboys for sure.
Jets.
Do the Steelers have enough hype to be on a pretenders list? That's my who's saying that they're even remotely a contender? Everybody thinks they're going to be last place in their division. You can't be a pretender and have those kind of expectations on you.
How about the Browns?
Browns for sure. Questions at quarterback should be good. Jets, I'd throw on the pretenders list. I think they're destined for a disappointing season.
You want to side bet that one?
What do you want to do? What's the terms here?
Side bets brought to you by Aiken Law.
312-6 million for the great Howard Aiken.
Saw my ball and my bet.
I think the Jets are going to be a beast. They got a ton of talent on that team.
Where do you want to set the terms? Make the playoffs or make the divisional round? How do you want to do it?
Jets make the playoffs.
Hold on, Shay. Let's think about this now. I'm looking out for you. Hang on. Jets make the playoffs. Do we expect the Bills to make the playoffs?
You know what?
Right?
I'm going to take the wager hoodie because I think the Jets are third place in their own division. It's difficult to make the playoffs out of that spot. I'm going to take the bet with Cap.
All right, the same 50 that I paid you for your Celtics.
That's a tough one. Bills and Dolphins to the playoffs, right? The AFC East.
I'm not convinced the Dolphins are going to the playoffs.
Okay, that's why, right? That's what you think the Jets take their spot.
Correct.
So you see them as a 10-win ball club. They turn it around.
Yes.
10-7.
Yes.
Healthy Rodgers.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Shay, we're in.
Shay, you sure?
Yeah, I'm in. I do not believe in the Jets at all. I think, look, the roster's good, but front office and head coach, I think, is a total disaster.
Yeah. If they don't get to where they are going to, if they think they're going to be a playoff team, that's great. But if they don't,
Tune in.
That'll be all for Salah.
Let's go, Jets.
Who says that? Who says that? Let's go, Jets.
Mm-hmm. I like Rodgers. I want them to be good.
What's coming up next on Greeny?
Wow. Don't we get enough of that between 10 and noon? Let's go, Jets. Who does that?
Jets. Jets.
I can mark Cap down. He's the 8th Jets fan in the world.
Wow. Jets. My God. We go around the NFL, and don't forget baseball conversation with Jesse Rogers at 8:35. Cap and J Hood on ESPN 1000, and also on our